All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakak Kodash. I want to give double honors to my apostles and elders, great millstone, who teach very well, while I learn this truth from, and salutation out there to the hopeful elect who continue to push this word in our truth, faith, and sincerity. And also, Shalom to all the men, women, and children who sincerely believe upon the words of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua. And today, man, just basically getting on at the end time of Esau's rulership, which that's where we're currently at right now, the end of wickedness. Because for the lack of better words, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, which is the true power, the true names of the Heavenly Father and the only begotten Son, the true powers of the universe, but at the same time, the Lord have already predestinated a time for this guy to get into power and a time for this guy to get taken out. Because it's not like the Lord is going to let Esau have a perpetual rulership. It tells us that in the book of, the book of St. Matthew, if I'm not mistaken, St. Matthew, the 13th chapter, either 24th chapter, it said, if the Lord don't speed up the times, then no flesh can be saved. Which meaning what? If the Lord don't speed up the times, man, Esau is basically going to take out everyone. It's a saying with the Planet of the Apes, beware of the beast man. He will end up killing you. He will end up killing everything around him. And ultimately, he will end up killing himself. And the scriptures is spot on with that. That's why the scriptures also compare Esau as death. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get that real quick, man. Because everywhere he go, death follows. That's why America, which is the headquarters of Esau, is known as the Valley of the Shadow of Death. And it don't really, it don't literally mean, for lack of better words, just dead things walking around. It's a zombie corpse of a pig. These people are dead from the neck up. But ultimately, the actions and the products that these people push forth is the representation of death. Fast food restaurants, man. The LGXYZ. Smoking cigarettes. It's even certain things they tell you that, yes, they can produce cancer and possibly death. But this supposed to be some medicine for you that supposed to be for your benefit, that's supposed to represent life, man. Let's go ahead and get this real quick. This is the book of Habakkuk 2. And I'm going to start at verse 5. It says, also, matter of fact, I'm going to start at verse 4. It says, behold, his spirit which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. And guess what? So I can read this again. But his soul which is lifted up, and Esau's soul is lifted up. Whether it be this guy think he can't be taken out, or this guy being the highest ruler. So of course his head's up in the sky. He don't think he could be taken down. The same power that gave you the power to rule is going to be the same power that's going to take you out. It says, but the just shall live by faith. Also because he transgresseth by wine. And that wine represents the philosophies that Esau pushed forth. Even a woman ruling over a man. Happy wife, happy life. Even your damn car. You can have a bad 1966 Mustang, but how much you want to bet you're not going to have a garage closed down and crank up the car? Or even these electric cars that they're trying to push for. They're supposed to be the new wave that Joe Biden is trying to do with Build Back Better by saving the energy. Even you go into those, don't let them things get caught on fire, because they say it's damn near impossible for those cars that's full of lithium to be extinguished, man. You're just going to have to let that fire play out, man. But at the same time, just going back, it says, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man. Because guess what? He's pushing forth his philosophies and Jake just going with it, man. Esau can tell you, that he's Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. Esau can tell you something about Santa Claus and bunny rabbits and things like that. Different pagan holidays like Halloween. And Jake will hold it to heart. A nigga will actually get on you and say, man, you don't supposed to wear white after Labor Day. That's the different wine and philosophies that have taken hold of our people, man. Continuing on. It says, neither keepeth at home who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied. Because Esau, he's not satisfied with just, having you being in the projects. He's just not satisfied with ruling the whole world. He's not satisfied with rulership. The only way Esau will be satisfied if he take out the nation of Israel, man. But we already know that Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua would not let that happen. Read this again. It says, who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. And it just shows you how Esau, he don't just leave his philosophy and his wickedness in one place. No, he spread it like a disease. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get that. Because Esau, he is a disease throughout the whole planet Earth. This is the book of Sirach 10, and I'm going to jump down to verse 10. It says, the physician cutteth off a long disease, and he that is today a king tomorrow shall die. Now, who is the king today? Esau Edom, man. Who's the guy that write the laws? That their faces on the money? The guy that pushed forth these different trends? The people who control the government. These are the people who the Lord is comparing to as a disease. Because once you go into the word disease, it basically means not at ease, man. When your body have a disease, it's not at ease. It's something that's troubling it. And what's troubling the whole planet Earth right now is the so-called white man being in control. Because again, ever since he got in control, wickedness started to spread throughout the whole planet Earth. This is the book of Maccabees 1. And I'm just going to go get to the point. This is Maccabees 1, and I'm going to start at verse 7. Because it always starts somewhere, man. For the lack of better words, one thing about the truth, you have to get to the source of it. Even when somebody tell a lie, when somebody tell a lie, you have to get the source of the lie, and ultimately you're going to find the truth. Now, one thing that these devils hid for so long, was who are the Edomites, or who is the wicked that the Bible speaks of. Because some people can say, yeah, the wicked is, yes, the people that do wickedly. Everybody do wickedly, man. We in the flesh. Whether you commit adultery or, you eat pork or things like that. We all did things in that certain sense. But at the same time, it's a such thing as the wicked, not doing wickedly. And the wicked specifically points back into the people, who come from Cain, the people who come from Esau. And the reason why I say that, because those are the same people. Now let's get this. It says Maccabees 1, and I'm going to start at verse 7. It says, so Alexander reigned 12 years and then died. This Alexander right here is talking about Alexander the Greek. When you go into Alexander, it was known that he knew that he was an Edomite. Continuing on. And his servants bare rule everyone in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years. And evils was multiplied in the earth. And just like when that little germ get inside your body and it starts to multiply, now you got a runny nose, man. Same thing when Esau got into power. Soon as he got into power, he's starting to get his feet wet after generations. Now his son coming to power, and his son after him, they only get worse and worse, man. Because it got to a point when Alexander, you go into the history, Alexander had mercy on the nation of Israel. But when Antiochus got into power, he showed his fury, man. But again, not to get off track, this points at the Edomites being the wicked. Because wherever he go, death follows. What happened when he went over there during the early 2000s, even during 1992, during Desert Storm? When he went over there into the Middle East, or anywhere he went for war, he brought hell and destruction under the banner of democracy, man. This guy went over there and messed with the Vietnam War under the banner of democracy. He's going to try to help out Ukraine under the banner of democracy. But really, it's under the banner of wickedness. And that's one thing that this devil used, too, to keep the people in a stupid mindset, is these different words to deceive you. Because as long as they deceive you, you're not going to recognize who the devil is. Because the only thing you got to do, depends on your age. Just ask your uncle or your great uncle or your great grandma, especially down here down south. They're going to tell you how much the devil, they're going to tell you how much the so-called white man is the devil, man. But again, they want Jake to be under that docile state so they can continue to run circles around them. But guess what? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi have woke us up, man. So these devils are not going to be able to, get over on us anymore, man. Or for the lack of better words, they're not going to be able to, deceive us, man. Matter of fact, let's get some. This is the book of Sirach. Yep, Sirach 10. And I'm going to start at verse 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and God excited. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And right there, that point said Esau right there. Unrighteous dealings, the trade deals that this devil reneged on, even the over 500 peace treaties that this devil broke with the Native American Indians, man. That's unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit. Part of those riches gotten by deceit in this modern day is child support. Do you know when you pay child support, you pay for the child, but you also pay the state too? It says the kingdom is translated from one people to another, man. So guess what? This kingdom that we're currently living in is actually going to be translated to a people of righteousness, man. But before this kingdom, be taken over, certain things must come to pass. Even tells that, we ain't got to get it right now, but I think it's like in Genesis, the 13th chapter, either the 12th chapter, it tells us how Abraham, for the lack of better words, roughly paraphrasing, how the sins of the Amorites had to be fulfilled. So the sins of the Edomites have to be fulfilled before they get taken out, Matter of fact, let me see if I can find that real quick, man. Because Abraham, he was promised the land. Let me see. He was promised the land. And for lack of better words, certain things had to happen before he even get it. Let me see. Please bear me, Akim. And that's the same thing with Israel today. Because it's not like Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi is going to build up an unrighteous kingdom while going to build an unrighteous kingdom and a wicked kingdom at the same time. No, the Lord is going to take down one and build up another. Let me see. Fulfill. Yep, right here. This is the book of Genesis. Call on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi. This is the book of Genesis 15. And I'm going to start at verse, get to the point, verse 16. It says, but in the fourth generation, they shall come hither again, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet filled. So before they got the land, before they got that blessing, the iniquities or the sins of the Amorites had to be fulfilled. So just like us today, in order for us to get the kingdom of heaven, in order for us to get back into that peaceful land that's over there in the Middle East, that heritage that the Lord have predestinated us with, guess what? The sins of the Edomites have to be fulfilled. And we know that the sins of the Edomites are going to be fulfilled in Revelation the 18th chapter. Her sins have reached up unto heaven. Even though we ain't got to that point yet, certain things have to play out, like the MOTB getting pushed forth. But the whole point is, it's going to be a certain point, a certain time, a certain period when this devil is going to get into power, and it's going to be a certain period when this guy get taken out, man. And it's going to be a reason why. It's not going to be no question why the Edomites got destroyed in the kingdom of heaven. Everybody's going to know. Because this is going to be the perfect example of what not to do. This is going to be the perfect example of what to do to piss the Most High, the Heavenly Father, and His only begotten Son off, man. You know? Real quick, let's get this in the book of Job. This is the book of Job 14. And I'm going to start at verse 5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Right there, seeing that his days are determined. It's predestined, man. It's not like the Lord is going to be able to extend the time of Esau. You know, a probation, not Esau. After Esau time rolled up, now it's a probation period. Then all of a sudden, now you get, no, man. It's going to be a time, a day, and an hour when the Lord is going to take this devil out. That's why it says his number of his months are with thee. Let's get this in Revelation 16 real quick. Because it's going to be a time and a day which is going to stamp the end out of this current society, man. This is the book of Revelations. I think there's 9 and 16. Salakia. Yep, this Revelation 9 verse 16. And the 4 angels were loosed, which was prepared for an hour and a day and a month. And by that word month, just seeing that his months are with thee, you know. It says in a month in the year for to slay the third part of men. And that third part of men is actually talking about the nation of Israel. Because it's 3 classes of men. You know, the children of Yasharallah, the children of God, child of God, which is the nation of Israel, the children of men, which is these other nations, and in the child of perdition, which is the Edomites. That's the third part of men who the Lord is going to destroy in one day, man. In 1 hour will the Lord take out your kingdom, you know? Let's go ahead and get something else too. This is the book of 2nd Ezra 4. And jump down to verse. Yep, 2nd Ezra 4, and I'm going to jump down to verse 37. By measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times. He do not move nor stir them until the said measured be fulfilled. Yes, so it's going to be a time, a day, and an hour where the Lord is going to destroy the third part of man. But until that day comes, guess what? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to let this devil play it out. Because for the lack of better words, it's going to be much more justified when the missiles drop. It's going to be much more justified when all hell break loose and the Lord destroy this place. Because it's going to be a reason why. Well, what the hell is all this plastic doing in the sea? You know, who the hell is McDonald's? Who the hell is Burger King? You know? Who the hell is Bud Light and Budweiser? You know? Because all the things that's on the planet Earth actually points at Esau being the wicked, actually pointing at Esau being the rulers, and ultimately actually pointing at Esau need to get the fuck out of power, man. Because ever since he been in power, Jacob been in nothing but trouble. And he even tells us that in the book of Sirach, the 25th chapter, give me any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman, any plague but the plague of the heart, and any affliction but the affliction of those that hate me, man. Esau hates you so much, for the lack of better words, he's just not gonna take you out there right, take you out quick for the lack of better words. No, he's gonna make a slow, torturous death. He's gonna give you sickle cell, give you diabetes, hypertension, cut your foot off, take away your kids, mess up your pension, and ultimately he wants you to die on top, just down the side of the street, man. But guess what? Jake loved this lifestyle. Jake loved being under his master Esau, So guess what? The Lord is going to make you be taken out with him. Just because you love America so much, just because you got your hopes and dreams here, you love your master, you love your wife so much, the Lord is going to let you be destroyed with them. The building is burning down, and you trying to come in and save the motherfucker who started the fire, man. This is the book of Isaiah 13 and verse 5. It says, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Yeah, so everyone that's joined into this Edomite society, it can be a nigga like Dr. Umar. You could be pro-black. But soon as you start saying Black Wall Street and generational wealth, and you trying to continue in this society subconsciously, then ultimately you're joined into this place, man. So you're going to get taken out with it, you know? And people think this place is going to last forever just because nothing happened unto it yet. You know, this guy, he conquered the nails through bloodshed. You know, he conquered Judah through bloodshed and psychological warfare, you know? And ultimately, he conquered the whole world through bloodshed. So everybody think this must be the Lord's will for this guy to be in power. Yes, it's the Lord's will for this guy to be in power just until a certain day. It's not the Lord's will for this guy to be in power forever. No, it's the Lord's will for this guy to be in power just for a moment. You know, that's why it says in the book of Job, read this real quick. Job 20 and verse 4. It says, knowest not this of old, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. So you living it up in this society, you living it up in this lifestyle, guess what? It's only going to happen just for a second. Just like in the times of the Romans, just like in the times of the Babylonians, just like in the time of Alexander the Greek, man. This guy, he was doing good. He was young. He was in his vigor. He was in his prime. He was taking things over. But all of a sudden, in a second, the Lord took him away, man. And it's going to be the same thing with this current society that we're living in. Let's read this real quick. Let's go right here in the book of Job 8 and 8. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers. Yes, because if you look at the former age, if you look at the times that were before us, you will note that kingdoms and empires don't last forever. Unlike the Expedia commercials say, prices rises up and down, so does empires. You know, let's continue on. It says, for we are but of yesterday and know nothing, because our days upon earth are a shadow. So the days upon earth, especially in this carnal sense, in this lifestyle, you know, it's only going to be a shadow, a moment. They're 1 second different than the next, man. You know, same thing with the empires. Yeah, you can compare the Roman Empire to the to this beast empire today. It's going to be some similarities, but really they totally different. Which I mean by totally different means through the fashion, the vehicles, you know, even the quote unquote acceptance, man. But at the same time, let's just go back into Ecclesiastes 8, and I'm gonna start at verse 11. It says, because sentence against the evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the hearts of the sons of men are fully set in them to do evil. Yes, just because the Lord ain't destroyed you yet, it's already set in your mind that you're going to continue to do evil. You're going to continue to do the things that kept you on top. You're going to continue to do the things that kept your head above water. But it's going to get to a point when those things that you use is going to be your detriment. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. You took over the whole planet Earth through weaponry, you're going to get taken out through weaponry, man. Continuing on in verse 12. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear the Most High, which fear before him. This is going to be well with them that fear Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahawashi, man. Because guess what? We're trying to live righteous in the midst of a wicked society, man. You know, we you try to deal with a woman. You get a woman, you meet it by y'all to be kicking, vibing everywhere and everything. And now all of a sudden you ask her she got a man. She gonna lie to you and say no. You know? Oh, and you go home with the bride, you go use the bathroom, and it's Old Spice in there, man. You know? That's why this place must be destroyed, man. Because going back into the book of Matthew, if the Lord don't come destroy this place, no flesh shall be saved, man. Not even from the humans, even from the animals, from the insects. This guy do biological warfare. He destroy whole ecosystems just because of his pride, just because of his test, or just because this what he think that is right, man. You know? Let's go ahead and continue on to verse 13. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days. which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before the Most High. Yes, so your days are not going to be prolonged. You're not going to continue on with your wicked NWO. It's only going to be a shadow. Only but for a moment. Why? Because you don't fear Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. You fear yourself, man. You don't even fear yourself, man. You know? The only thing you fear is getting out of power. The only thing you fear is the consequences that the Lord have for you. That's why a dreadful sound will come in your ears every time we prophesy, man. Real quick, I'm going to jump up a little bit. This Ecclesiastes 8:4, with the word of a king is, there is power. And who may say unto him, what doest thou? And that's Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, who have that word, man. And you can't say nothing. If the Lord want America destroyed, then he want it. If the Lord hate the LGBTQ, then he want that. You know? If the Lord want Babylon to be burned down with the missiles, then he want that, man. And guess what? We want it too. We want the will of the Lord to be done as in heaven as it is on earth. It says, whoso keepeth the commandments shall fear no evil thing. And we know Esau don't do that. You know? It says, in a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment. And we can discern that the time and the judgment of Esau is coming up. You know? When it tells us that in the book of 2nd Ezra, measure out the time diligently. When you measure the prophecies, you can see that World War III is just the build-up to destroy this beast system, you know? Continuing on. Because to every purpose, there is a time in judgment. Therefore, misery is great. It's like, therefore, the misery of man is great upon earth. For he knoweth not that which shall be, or who can tell him when shall it be. And that's the spirit. Because at the end of the day, it's Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua who controls whether you wake up or whether you go to sleep. He controls whether you eat or whether you go hungry. But he also controls the empires, man. And that's why Esau is shaking in his boots. That's why he got the Space Force ready. He got the desperation of his NWO ready, because he knows that the Lord is finna get ready to take his whole system down. The whole thing that you worked for generations is going to come crashing down right before your eyes. Continuing on in verse 8, it says, there is no man that hath power over the spirit to retain the spirit, neither hath he in the day of his death, and there is no discharge in war, neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it. So guess what? Your wicked ideas, your wicked NWO, your wicked Space Force will not deliver you from what the Lord have prepared for you. And what does he have prepared, man? Destruction, slavery, man. And you know, not just regular slavery or rigorous rule of slavery, man. Continuing on, this Solomon speaking. All this have I seen and applied my heart unto every work that is done under the sun. There is a time wherein one man ruleth over another to his own hurt. And so I saw the wicked buried. And that's pretty much it on that. But for lack of better words, at the end of the day, the Lord have set up Esau just so he could be taken down. And even though Esau ruled, you know, over the rest of the rest of the nations, even the nation of Israel, especially the nation of Israel, with a rigorous rule, ultimately at the end of the day, at the end goal, he will still be taken out and he will not prolong his days. Ultimately, the Lord is just going to speed up the times on your ass, man. You know, the Lord just not going to sit back and let you continue to, you know, put Jake in a destitute mind state. Or even give Jake sickle cell and different diseases, man. These devils, they can shoot your baby up with something, man. Let's go and get to the point we're going to end off the video. This is the book of St. Luke 12, and I'm going to start at verse 16. It says, and he hath spake a parable unto them, saying, the ground of a certain rich man hath brought forth plentiful. And he thought within himself, saying, I do, because I have no room. It's like you read this again. He thought within himself, saying, what shall I do? Because I have no room where to bestow my goods. And he said, this will I do. I will pour down my barns and build greater, and there will I bestow all my fruit and my goods. And this guy told me something, he's going to build down his barns. Basically, he's going to tear down this system, and he's going to start over the NWO. This is going to be the Roman Empire, part 3, the return of Teman. This time we're going to let Timmy. No. Let's see what's going to happen. It says, and I will say to my soul, soul, now hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thine ease, eat and be merry. So sit back and chill. You set for life. That's what Esau think. But it says, but the Most High saith unto him, thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then whose shall those things be which thou hast provided? So that he that layeth up treasures for himself and is not rich towards the Most High. And that's Esau. Esau, he don't lay up treasures up to the Most High. He don't lay treasures to, the Heavenly Father, or even into everybody. He don't even break bread with his own people. Joseph's pack is suffering. And that's going to show the difference between us and you in the kingdom of heaven, man. Even if Israel that's not a part of the upper echelon, we're going to break them off good, man. Even the nations are going to honor the way that we treat, even today, you go out with brothers, people honor the way we treat our brothers, especially how it's going to be in the kingdom of heaven. But at the same time, it says the riches that you laid up will ultimately be given to somebody else. And who would it be given it to? The nation of Israel. Let's get this real quick and we're going to close it out. This is the book of Job 20, and I'm going to start at verse... I'm going to get to the point. Let's start at verse 15. It says, he hath swallowed down riches. No, that's that born, and it shall vomit them up again. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly. Yes, you saving this thing, after you get into space station, you think 200 years later you're going to come upon the planet Earth and you're going to start over again. You're going to go into that bunker and 150 years later, you're going to start over again. Now, just the real time that we're going to show these people how. No, man. The Lord said he's going to make you vomit all these things up. He's going to make you give up your rulership. And ultimately, he's going to give it unto the nation of Israel, man. And there's nothing you can do, man, to prolong the time that you got here. The only thing you can do is enjoy the moment. Enjoy the present. It's a gift. That's why it's called a present, man. So, yeah, I pray this video was edifying. I want to say, call Halayim La, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakadash, Shalom.